As we know, right now there's an incredible shortage in inventory, which means that there are not enough homes being placed up for sale in order for buyers to buy them. Now, as we also know, real estate is cyclical, so this is not going to always be the case. But regardless of what happens in the future, we need to solve for this shortage today, so we need to find some listings. And a great way to do that, a great way to generate real estate seller leads is through your social media presence. Now, I'm not just suggesting that you need to post and then see what happens. No, there's actually a system that's going to generate you sellers, and that's what we're going to cover today. Now, even though we're focusing on sellers today, this same strategy can be deployed for buyers. It's just going to require a different context. It's going to require different types of posts, but for our purposes today, remember, we're focusing on sellers, we're focusing on listings. So first, let's think about who we're actually speaking to, who we're actually trying to attract, and that is a homeowner. We're looking at somebody that owns a large asset. It could be $200,000, $500,000, $5 million. It's a large asset in a home that they need to trust somebody to help them sell. And it's that trust hurdle that we need to overcome with all of our sellers. There are a lot of people out there running ads. There are a lot of people door knocking. There are a lot of people cold calling, trying to establish a relationship with the homeowner extremely quickly and try to gain that trust that, hey, I am the qualified real estate professional to help you. And having that understanding is extremely important, because having that understanding helps us identify what we need to post on our social media platforms, because right now how we're showing up may not be conducive to building trust. So take a moment right now and audit your social media. What do your last 5 posts on Facebook say about you? What do your last 5 posts on Instagram say about you, on LinkedIn, on Snapchat, on Twitter? What do those posts say about you? Are you building trust with your ideal client? Again, we're solely focused on sellers. If we were focused on buyers, then we would turn it towards that lens. But right now we're working on sellers. We're working on homeowners. So once you audit your social media profiles, you might find yourself in a very similar boat that 95% of real estate agents out there are in. And that is posting generic content. Posting content that is pretty bland, really not that interesting, doesn't provide value, and really isn't in line with your true self. So you're posting content that just doesn't even make sense. Sure, some of your content may help you build credibility in the form of posting just listed, in the form of posting just sold. So you're actually showing activity in your real estate business, which is fantastic. You're building that credibility, but you're not really building trust. People are not going to your social media and just rooting you on. Yeah, Jaime Resendiz sells all this real estate. Really, nobody cares. They just care that you're going to be able to help them. So again, we're focusing on seller leads. We're focusing on homeowners so we can get some listings. And we're also focusing on social media in order to generate those seller leads. And the best way to do that is to have a system. The best way that you can actually start attracting your tribe, the people that actually want to work with you, is having a systemized way to attract those sellers to you. So I want you to think about 3 types of content, and only 3. I want you to think about content that helps you engage. I want you to think about content that helps you educate, and also content that helps you prospect. Those are the 3. So let's think about content that engages. Again, remember, we are focusing on homeowners, which are going to be our sellers. So that's who we're speaking to. So with that in mind, what we're trying to do is we're trying to create content that's going to help those sellers, those homeowners, engage with us. So in order to create engagement from home sellers, you can ask questions like, what's the worst part of being a homeowner? Questions like that are going to be answered by guess who? Homeowners. You can also ask, did your property taxes go up this year? Well, again, who's going to answer that question? Well, it's individuals that actually have to pay the property taxes, which are the homeowners. So these are questions that you can pose on your social media that are non-threatening. Nobody's going to think, well, I can't answer this because this individual is a real estate agent. Nobody's going to think that. They're just going to answer the question if they so feel like it. So you're creating engagement and you're identifying who within my sphere is actually a homeowner. Is it that college friend that I never talked to after college? Is it that high school person that I never got along with but now happens to have several homes? You're trying to identify who in your network has those homes to sell. Now, the second type of content that you absolutely cannot do without is creating content that educates. You need to educate your sphere, the people that follow you on social media, because you're trying to build that authority. You want to help people out through education. And it's through that education, by you providing something of value to them first, they're going to start trusting you. And also they're going to start seeing you as the authority because you help them out without asking for anything in return. So you can post content that's going to help a homeowner, such as renovation tips, refinancing tips, moving tips, anything that's going to help a homeowner. And as you continue creating content that engages and also create content that helps educate, you're going to be able to pepper in some prospecting posts, inviting people to collaborate with you, inviting people to work with you, aka inviting people to list with you. And it is in the prospecting post that you can get a bit more aggressive. You can get a bit more direct with the posts that you make. You can start making posts such as, if you were offered 10% more than what your home is worth today, would you sell? Well, if you notice, now the conversation got a little bit more serious. People now have to think about their home and also have to think about a decision to make. Do I want to sell, or do I even want to consider selling? So these types of posts, again, they're called prospecting posts. They're a little bit more direct. So if you combine these three types of posts, you're going to find your social media popping off, and you're going to find that in your DMs, there's going to be a lot of people within your sphere that are going to start asking questions. Hey, how's the real estate market doing right now? Hey, I want you to come over and list the house. Hey, what do you think about selling my house right now? Or should I wait till next year? You're going to start seeing those types of DMs, and then you're going to start getting some listings. So before we forget, go ahead and comment down below. Have you tried this type of content? Let me know. I really want to hear from you. And also, don't forget to subscribe.